world around us is made of shapes and angles. The surface of the screen you're looking at is a rectangle, as are the windows on the screen. Your desk, the room you're in, and the building you're in are all made of shapes, lines, and angles. Geometry is the study of shapes and angles, and is used in science, engineering, design, construction, and even art. Let's look at the basic geometric figures. This dot represents a point. A point is an infinitesimally small location, but we represent points with dots so we can see them. Points have no width and no height, but they represent a specific location on a plane. A plane is a two-dimensional object that continues on forever. It has an infinite width and infinite height. A plane is like the surface of an infinitely large table. A plane can be defined by 3 points. That means that if you take any 3 points, there is one plane that contains them all. These 3 points, labeled A, B, and C, are all on the plane that's the surface of this table. If the 3 points were located like this, then this is the plane that is defined by these 3 points. The plane actually extends forever in 2 dimensions. In addition to points, planes can contain other shapes, like lines. A line is a one-dimensional object. It just has length that extends forever in both directions. A line is made up of an infinite number of points, but it only takes 2 points to define a line. If you have these 2 points, they define this line. The notation used to indicate this line is line AB. You could also call this line BA, but for a line, the letters are often listed in alphabetical order. In geometry, there's no need to say straight line. All lines are straight. If it isn't straight, it's not a line, it's a curve. A part of a line between 2 points is called a line segment. It is indicated like this, line segment AB. You could also call it line segment BA, but again, we'll stay in alphabetical order. A part of a line that has one endpoint and continues forever in one direction is called a ray. Unlike lines and line segments, the order of the points matters for rays. You always say the endpoint, in this case A, first. If you have 2 rays with a common endpoint, it's an angle. The common endpoint is called the vertex. It's notated with an angle symbol, then the 3 points. When you are writing or saying the angle's name, always put the vertex point, in this case A, in the middle. This can be called angle BAC or angle CAB. Angles come in many sizes, but the size of the angle has nothing to do with the length of the rays. They go on forever. The size of the angle is the size of the opening between the rays. Angles are measured in degrees, represented by this symbol. An angle can range from 0 to 360 degrees. An angle that is 1/4 of a circle, or 90 degrees, is called a right angle. An angle that is less than 90 degrees is called an acute angle. Acute means sharp. This angle is very pointy and sharp. An angle that is more than 90 degrees is called an obtuse angle. Obtuse means dull. If the rays point in opposite directions and form a straight line, the angle is 180 degrees and is called a straight angle. You can measure angles using a tool called a protractor. To use the protractor, line up the center dot on the protractor with the vertex of the angle. Then rotate the protractor so the bottom ray lines up with 0. Note that the numbers on the protractor go from 0 to 180 in both directions, so you can measure angles that point in different directions. Finally, look closely at where the ray crosses the protractor to read the angle. Be sure you're reading in the right direction. This angle is 150 degrees, and it is an obtuse angle. The world is full of geometric shapes and figures. Basic geometric figures include the point, the plane, the line segment, the ray, and angles. Angles can be acute, right, obtuse, or straight. Angles can be measured with a protractor.